Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. Today we are looking at a destroyer which cannot decide if it's Polish, by the flag of it, or Swedish. Because this is, and I'm going to have a guess here how to pronounce this. This is the Västerås. I think the A with the little circle on top is more of an O sound. So, but yeah, this is the Tier 6 European Tech Tree Destroyer. That is in a preview in the Blitz Pass right now, but it's a Tech Tree Destroyer, it's not a premium, so you don't have to buy it right now. If you can wait, it'll come out eventually together with the rest of the European Destroyer line. We've had a bit of a preview already with the Blitzkowicz and the Friesland, so European Destroyer, but now we get into the Tech Tree, so the Tier 6 hopefully gives us a little bit of a hint towards what this line is doing and what it is capable of. Now, the description here actually says that this was built by the Swedish for the Polish Navy. And I haven't been able to find anything about this. So I'm not sure if this is completely made up, or I know that the Polish were trying to contract some destroyers from the Swedish, but I haven't found any information whatsoever on or any record of this destroyer ever existing. So I'm not 100% sure what to make of it. Anyway, what is this thing like? Well, it's a Tier 6 to begin with. We have very little armor, which so it's more kind of equivalent to the British destroyer here at this point. She's reasonably quick, 38 knots, and reasonably maneuverable. It's nothing outstanding, it's nothing special. But the guns are, again, similar to the British line here. These are the 120mm Bofors guns. And we get 3 twin turrets, 1 forward, 2 aft. So if we're looking a little bit closer, I'll turn this around, can see that a bit better. There's 1 turret forward and two turrets back here, rearward facing. So good for kiting away. And the setup, 6-second reload, and yeah, they're not bad guns, definitely not. And the torpedoes. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because just like I think on the Blitzkowicz, these are very fast torpedoes. They have a long range, and they don't hit very hard. So doing 1,800 pounds of damage, these are basically airdrop torpedoes. Almost, which also aligns with the 33% chance of flooding, which is quite significant, I'd say. That's and the 76 knots of speed, and that paired with a reasonably short reload. The AA, there is 60 points of small caliber AA, but I don't have any illusions that this thing's going to shoot anything down. So we don't quite have the AA monstrosities yet that we're seeing with the Friesland at Tier 9. The surface detection is very good. I've got it down to almost 5 kilometers. So what else is special about these? Skill-wise, we get engine accelerator and radar. So like the Pan-Asian line. Special torpedoes and radars, but no smokes in these things. So you do need to watch yourself. And they do get an additional repair kit. So again, like the British ships, the British heavy cruisers that we've just seen, these things also get another heal. So you actually have 4 heals. Now, this doesn't make a huge amount of difference in absolute hit points, because destroyers don't have that many hit points to begin with, and it's just a percentage that gets healed back. But still makes these things a bit more survivable. So how do you do damage with these ships? Well, you do have to play a bit smart. Play like a carrier, really. So with a very high chance of flooding, you want to use your guns to set fires or catch a ship that has just damage controlled, and then hit them with torpedoes to get permafloods. And that's kind of how you rack up the damage, because the alpha damage on the torpedoes itself is not great. And again, you only have 6 of them. The radar can come in quite handy at times when you're destroyer hunting. And these are not deep water torpedoes, so they will hit other destroyers. But again, be aware that the alpha damage isn't great, and you're probably not going to be able to sink an enemy destroyer with 2 or 3 torpedo hits. unlike in a Japanese destroyer where you can do that very much. Right, what else do we have to say about this thing? Well, still tier 6, so we don't know. There could be an AA defense on the skill on the radar down the line at some point, maybe. I don't know if the Friesland's any indication. But right now, the 2 confirmed skills are the engine accelerator and a single radar. Equipment-wise, I have the main battery mod 1 for turret traverse because I like gunboating in this thing because, well, the torpedoes don't hit very hard and you do need to get, you need to use your damage over time in the ship to actually deal damage. So if you cause the flood, summon damage controls, you can then set permafires and the other way around. And then engine accelerator or propulsion in slot 2 and concealment in slot 3, such that I can outspot enemy destroyers and other things. You could go for speed on a gunboat, on a kiting gunboat. That's not a bad option as well. But even with this setup, she is reasonably quick, 38 knots. It's not super crazy. But yeah, speed would be a valid setup as well. You do have the torpedo range to still stealth torp, but you're not going to surprise enemy destroyers. And these torpedoes are quite quick, so you can do something about enemy destroyers with torpedoes on occasion. I have put a commander. I'm still got only one, so he keeps getting recycled. I've just put a level 6 commander in here. So the skills currently, with what we know, you probably want to have is underwater protection, torpedo alert, preheating. Now in level 4, it could be that down the road we're going to get an air defense expert. Maybe, I don't know. So right now I've just put the victorious charge in here because I don't know. Daredevil, because it's you kind of do need to keep your guns firing and you don't get smokes. So that's the thing. Exploit weakness seemed to make sense because you do more damage to ships that are already on fire or flooding, which is something that you're going to be doing frequently. And then going forward, you want the engine overload skill, and the rest for destroyers is not all that relevant. Maybe Giant Hunter or something. But 1% damage off your relatively low damage torpedoes isn't a huge amount of damage either. So, but it's the only thing that makes sense up here. The 120 mils are, again, same like the British, occasionally a bit borderline. So when you're firing armor, I would still fire armor-piercing at enemy destroyers at close range, but at longer ranges use the high explosive because they are a little bit low on the caliber. All right, so much for the overview. Let's get into a game. Just do a quick one. I mean, it's tier 6, so just to show you a little bit of what this kind of ship, like what kind of gameplay you need to expect from the ship. And we are playing base capture on Hourglass. It is a carrier game. We're bottom tier, but there are only two tier 7s in the enemy team, a Lyon and a Shores. So Shores is definitely something we need to watch out for. And yeah, the carrier obviously can be a bit of a problem as well. We just passed the league reset, so it's difficult to tell from the leagues who is experienced and who isn't. 3 destroyers on the enemy team, so we'll watch out for those as well. Well, it'll all depend what the carrier is doing at the beginning. So I'm probably, it depends. Oftentimes in mid-tier, the carrier will scan down the middle. In higher tiers, you'll find the carriers scouting the flanks. I'm going to switch over to armor piercing, just in case we are going to be running into destroyers, which is what I'm expecting to be running in first. And I'm tentatively going to head down the middle and see where the enemy carrier is going. So far, he's just got fighter planes out, but doesn't seem to be inclined to do any scouting. There come our friendly fighters, and it doesn't look like he's going. It doesn't look like he's going middle. The fighters are just kind of idling back there, and he's not actually launching any planes. So I should be fine to go down this middle channel here, and not actually come under carrier attack. Okay, there is the cruiser. That was the Shores, I think. So let's see if we can. There's one of the destroyers. Yeah, there's the Farragut. So good scouting from our carrier. Let's see if we can just push the Shores back, because I don't really want to deal with the Shores and I don't have a smoke. So I'm going to stop here, just drop some torpedoes. They do reload very quickly. So we'll see if we can get 1 or 2 hits in. Looks like he's dodging that one, but okay, he's taking 1, obviously a flood. So I've still got the armor piercing loaded. Okay, now let's we're gonna have to switch that back. Can somebody set him on fire? Okay, never mind, I'll do it myself. Okay, back to the high explosive, but I do have to kite away because the shore seems to be shooting at someone else. I'm reasonably safe to do this, and my torpedoes are already reloaded. And so we're gonna get these going again, and just make sure that the shores doesn't come anywhere near us. But now the carrier does have realized that we're here, and seems to be coming my way. So I think it's time to leave. I think these torpedoes are not gonna hit anything. So there's a New Mexico pushing down this lane here, and our cruiser here is probably going to be in trouble. So I'm going to have to help out with that. Now, remember what I said, play it like a carrier. So we're going to try and get the New Mexico set on fire first, and then see if we can get a permaflood. If you get, fortunately nobody's shooting at me, because he's shooting at the cruiser, obviously. Okay, there comes a fire. Okay, he damage cons, so now we got to wait 10 seconds. But our torpedoes are going to take a while to get there anyway. So, oh no, he's realized I'm here, so does he change his course? I'm just using the torpedo indicator to check. It doesn't look like. It looks like he keeps sailing forward. So I'm going to drop torpedoes in his way, and then we can keep firing at him and see if we can get another fire going. So his damage con is on cooldown at this point. Heal up early, because you've got 4 heals. And there's a permaflood. Perfect. So this New Mexico is now going to flood for the full duration. And I'm going to see if I can get another fire going. But yeah, expect this, right? So expect these destroyers to flood you. Definitely be sure not to damage con single fires. And if your damage con is on cooldown, then make sure you're not going to hit to detect these torps. Okay, so he's controlled the flooding is controlled, and do need to actually move out a little bit. There's a fire good coming. So now he can't shoot at me. New Mexico can't shoot at me anymore. No, I can't shoot at New Mexico either. But he's on extremely low health, so whatever cruiser is to my right here can probably take this thing out. Just in case he's healing up or something, I'm going to drop 1 torp spread over here, and then 1 torp spread in the direction of the Farragut. And then we'll start taking that guy under fire. I do have the radar, in case he smokes up. But I've got a Dallas with me, and he's got perfect flanking shots at the Farragut. So together we should be able to do that. He just dodges the torp, but that's not going to do him any good. He doesn't smoke, and he's now dead. Alright, that's that flank cleaned up. How does it look like? 2 ships down, and we've killed almost both of them. So well done, Dallas. There are some Farragut torps, okay. There's another destroyer up ahead, but otherwise the right flank looks completely clean. So engine boost up, and yeah, there's the Icarus. The Icarus is a very dangerous destroyer, so we're going to have to help a little bit, heal up. And I think, yeah, oh wow, Sims gets himself torpedoed by the Icarus. But okay, I've got a Dallas with me, so Icarus obviously doesn't want to engage us, and his torps are just on reload, so we get some free shots off at him. I'm contemplating if I'm going to head into the cap circle. As well, we are 1 kill ahead. We are just 1 kill ahead. And I don't know what that looks like. Our ships over there on the left flank look awfully exposed. But maybe I'll help the Dallas with this thing. Okay, where's Icarus going? Now I have the radar. I'm going to just drop some torpedoes in the general direction, just in case he wants to come around here. Because they are reloading reasonably quickly. I'll have them back in a minute, and then we'll just keep shooting at him. As long as he keeps firing his guns, we know where he is. Okay, now he goes stealth behind the island. And I'm not sure if his torpedoes are already reloaded, but he is now sitting behind the island. Alright, so what are we going to do, Dallas? You go this way. I'm going to drop some torpedoes once they're reloaded down that little edge there. And then when we're getting closer and you're in position, I'll radar this guy, alright? That's how we're going to do it. So let's move a little closer. I am spotted, so he's definitely there still. He's not disengaged. He's hiding behind the island. So I'm going to drop some torpedoes here. Oh, there he is. Okay, but we've got him radared, which means his smoke isn't going to help him. He's single firing the torps at the Dallas, but Dallas is probably going to take a couple, but Dallas survives, and there's the dead Icarus. Yeah, these things come with radar. This can be a bit of a nasty surprise for enemy destroyers. Well done, Dallas, for dodging those torps. And yeah, together we've cleaned up this flank pretty nicely. And now we're just, yeah, there's not much left of the enemy team. Carrier is dead. The Shiratsuyu over there, who's deceivingly named, is already in the cap circle. We might lose that one, but we're still 1 ship ahead. and I'm not gonna die. I've still got a heal if I need one. I'm not gonna die to that cruiser. I can just stealth torp him if I need to. So all in all, is this an extremely powerful? I guess this. Oh yeah, this thing is on super low health. Okay, you kill that thing. That's your kill. I'm gonna take that one. There you go. Is this a super powerful destroyer? Not really. It's kind of like in the Blitzkavitcher. You do need to know how to play these things to make an impact. So if you're inexperienced in destroyer play, because you don't have smokes and you kind of do need to use your guns in order to actually make some damage, this thing has a bit of a learning curve. But yeah, keep in mind, play it like a carrier. Always make sure to target ships with torpedoes that either have damage controlled recently, or that you can cause to damage control by setting them on fire. And then you can actually rack up a reasonable amount of damage in these things. But yeah, definitely not the most powerful tier 6 destroyer. Things like the Icarus or things like the Fushun are very, very powerful in this tier. And yeah, we've done 10,000 points of flooding damage on that New Mexico, and a bit of fire damage as well. The torpedo damage itself isn't great. So yeah, interesting line. I think if the higher tiers are getting a better AA still, that could be a really, really interesting combination of things, because they would make a lot of sense to pair with carriers if they get good AA, because you get the double tap capabilities and like getting floods left, right, and center if you coordinate these things right. All right, that's it for today. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.